We got this espresso machine from the Walmart clearance section for $20 and we honestly scored. I have not gone out to go and buy coffee since buying this machine, which means that it's already paid for itself. Recently, one of our non-negotiables has been only drinking raw milk, and I just want to say that it is really good and I don't have any more lactose intolerance issues since switching over to raw milk. It is a bit more expensive, but I think that's because it's literally liquid gold. And getting deeper into my perspective on it, I think we've been lied to as Americans in why we pasteurize milk, because the pasteurization process only creates a mass production for major corporations and for it to stay on grocery store shelves for longer versus supporting local farms and also supporting our natural gut health and our gut microbiome with giving ourselves all of the proper enzymes and nutrients that our body needs to thrive. I am just heading to instruct an 8 a.m. sculpt class, and it is a bit of a drive because we're so far out in the country, so I have to leave early. Hey friends! I'm out doing an Instacart after my amazing class that I instructed this morning. I've started taking Instacart more seriously, and it honestly has been beneficial to me just because of the flexibility of when you get to work. Sometimes it can be a hit or miss, but I figured I'd pick this order up on my way home because I have such a long drive home, so now I'm just doing it to make a little bit of extra money. I really just slept all day. I was gonna cook pizza tonight, but that's gonna get pushed to tomorrow night because I'm going out to eat. Tonight was my first night ever bar hopping, and it was not intentional because the first place we went to was just a club-like bar. I thought that they would have food, but they didn't. So then we went to a different place, got another round of drinks and some food, and then we went to Jack in the Box and I got a milkshake and Zane got some chicken wraps because he was still hungry. And honestly, friends, a day where I just completely was lazy and went out to the bars and had fun with my man and just let everything from the week fall off was exactly what I needed, because the last few weeks that I've been off YouTube, a lot has happened and I am ready to update you guys on the lore. So while I was off YouTube, I was a little preoccupied with an experience that I had, and it honestly sent me through a depressive episode where I had to completely reevaluate this next chapter of my life. So I basically started working at this gym that I thought was going to be like every single other gym that I've ever worked at, and I went into the interview asking all of the right questions, and I basically got lied to. And I don't think it was intentional lying, I just don't think that the manager knew what she was talking about. I asked specifically about free will and creative direction of classes, and I was expecting it to be like every other gym that I've ever worked at. Well, when I started the training process in order to start instructing classes, I was given a template by the person that was training me. I decided to embrace this template. I was like, you know what, I'm already onboarding, let's give it a chance. And I feel like I made the template my own, and I made it a class that I would want to attend. Already having 2 years of experience instructing hot hit classes specifically, that's all that this was, so that's all that I was expecting. A hot hit class. Okay, I can handle this. I've been doing this for years. The person onboarding me warned me that the clients at this gym were quote unquote snooty, and that if they didn't like your class, they would tell you for any little reason. So to expect that. I was thinking I could handle this. I was like, oh, okay, like I've never had a review system as an instructor, but I think I can handle this. I thought that my classes were honestly great and they were my own style, limited to a template. And on my third class, I got a really bad review. Like a really bad review. I will put it up on the screen. On top of receiving this review, I also had an overbearing manager who was telling me that I had to go to as many classes as I could to see what the clients were expecting. So for this to just be a part-time fun experience doing what I love, it turned into an overbearing, stressful situation for me where I am overthinking. I wish that a review like this would not affect me as much as it did, but I can say that I am not the type of person that would just let that slide off, at least not yet. I'm so young, okay? I just moved here, and even the positive reviews had a negative undertone, and I am just such a sensitive person where like I can read between the lines. Like, these people rejected me. They do not like me. I know that I'm not supposed to limit myself to other people's perspective, but it did not feel like a supportive experience considering that that was only my third class in there. My first, my second, my third class class, I did not feel good after instructing those classes, and I can't even explain it. It's like an energetic feeling of like, I'm getting rejected. These people are judging me and they don't like me. So on top of receiving that negative review and my manager like saying, you need to go to as many classes as you can before your next week's Tuesday class, it made me feel so stressed out and so anxious. And I'm like, for what? $33 a week? 30 after taxes? Like, this is a part-time position. It was supposed to be fun, and it is something that I'm so good at and I have experience in. I just expected something different from this experience and was left feeling extremely disappointed. I communicated with my manager that I was not doing good mentally and that I would not be going to as many classes as I could, and they basically took away my Tuesday class because they just told me not to worry about it. It was honestly in best regards from their end. And at that point, I really didn't have anything to lose in terms of staying there. My boyfriend had saw how down bad I was and how badly this experience affected me and how this was just not supposed to be the experience. And I knew I needed to listen to my partner when he told me that I needed to quit, because I'd rather walk through the wrong door once than stay in the wrong room for too long. As I record this now, I've finally gotten out of my depressive episode and I'm finally feeling okay. I know I did the right thing by leaving. I went to the Dollar Tree and they didn't end up having the only thing I pretty much went there for. I really wanted to get some kitchen cleaner for like the stove, and they didn't have like any cleaning supplies. But I was able to get sponges, metal wool, batteries, and then I just saw some things that I really wanted, like chip clips, ibuprofen. I got this new steering wheel cover. I am ready to take this raggedy old one off. And then I've been having a problem with my cup holder, so I got a cup holder extender. That thing was so easy to put on. It's so cheap, so it just slid right on and I didn't have to fight with it. Look, it's so cute. I appreciate you guys for checking in on me and making sure I was good, because your girl was not good for a little bit, okay? This experience has genuinely taught me the value and importance of intentionally creating a positive community. Because when I explained to my manager the frustrations that I was feeling about what happened, she told me literally that the clientele at that location are brutal. That did not feel supportive. It feels so good to get in my clean car with my new steering wheel cover and $140 worth of groceries to get us by the next week. Also, all that money came from Instacart. Okay. Instacart has been extremely supportive for me in my area because I've been taking it seriously since the end of December, and I have made around $1,600 already, and I get to go out whenever I want and I get to do it whenever I want, relatively. You still have to go out whenever there are peak times, and that's when you'll make the most money and not spend too much time sitting around. Overall, it's been extremely beneficial, and because we have a beater car, the car has already paid for itself in terms of doing the Instacart, so it's a win-win. I've been making my own pizza dough lately, and honestly, it's really easy to do. I will put the recipe up on the screen. You mix together all of your dry ingredients and then you incorporate your wet ones. I like to mix it with a fork until it starts to form the dough consistency, and then I'll get in there with my hands. I was feeling like the dough was too sticky, so I threw a little handful of flour in and kneaded it in until it was the consistency that I wanted. You don't want it to be sticky, so try your best to just get it to a dough consistency, form it into a ball, cover it with something, and place it in a warm area, preferably to help it rise faster. I've been making my pizza deep dish lately, and that honestly happened by accident because one time we just didn't have our baking sheet clean, so I just used the baking dish, and I've been doing it like this the last couple of times, and I personally really like it. I just lay the dough flat in the dish and poke it with a fork a bunch of times, and then I throw it in the oven at 425 for about 10 to 15 minutes. As that's cooking, I just get all my toppings ready, and I usually like to put beef on it. Today I was feeling crazy. I got my pepper onion mix, some garlic, some spinach. I seasoned it up real well. I grated my own cheese, and then I also got pepperonis from the store. Honestly, I need to get one of those rotary cheese graters. I am getting sick of fighting with this little cheese grater. Tonight I just got everything ready for Zane to finish the meal because honestly, your girl was tired. I went to the store, I went to the Dollar Tree, I cleaned out my car. Like, I just wanted to go lay in bed at this point. Now I'm just laying here with the kitties, and I set everything out for Zane to finish cooking dinner because I'm just so tired and I just want to lay in bed. Got Chi-Chi and Nyla with us too. Here's the moment of truth. That is crazy good. Can't beat a deep dish.
Anyways, that's gonna be all for the video today. I want to thank you guys for giving me the space to take time to reevaluate my entire existence. I genuinely am feeling so much better, and I know I made the right choice. I want to know what your thoughts are, though. How would you have reacted in that situation, and what advice can you give me to better move forward in the future if something like that were to happen again? Do you think I made the right choice by pulling myself out of a toxic situation? Do you think that I read the vibes right? Because how is everybody on the team complaining about the clientele, saying that the clientele are brutal or snooty, or literally the manager called that client that left the review a pain in the ass? Like, literally the manager said that about the client. That literally speaks volumes though, doesn't it? Anyway, I do not want to be a part of a community that is toxic, because that's the importance of fostering an intentional and supportive community, is by putting the love and the intention in it and watching it blossom. So thank you, friends, for sticking till the end, and I'll see you next week, baby.